All right, it is April 15th, 2021. Happy Phantom Tax Day, I guess. Taxes were extended this year. But I have kind of a taxing situation because I moved back to Seattle and I've been back here for a week and a half now. Now, one of the big problems with Seattle compared to the Rockies, where I spent over half a year, is that there is so much pressure to hook up with somebody because singles are just completely out here. I mean, just try to go to any restaurant or any bar now that we can, right? The experience here in Seattle, or in any big city really, very different from the experiences in the Rockies. And that's a big problem because I would get in the wrong relationship, and then I also had some personal problems. You see, I had this past 2 years, I broke up with 2 girls, not because we weren't compatible or anything. The problem was that I wasn't ready to make a commitment, make that leap. And so I wanted to reset my thoughts on relationships, and so I'm going on a few months of a dating freeze, if you will. And my inspiration for this, I talked about this more extensively last night. My inspiration was while I was working on my PhD, I had also gone on a 6-month dating freeze. Basically, I would stop communicating with anybody except for business purposes, right? I was working on my PhD at the time, and so for 6 months the only people I would communicate with was, well, the people I had to work with at the school. I was investing in coins at the time, collecting coins, you know, the coin dealer, maybe the bank teller to get rolls of coins to search through, and then the grocery store, and that was pretty much it. And I really liked it because it forced me to reset my thoughts on what a relationship really is, right? See, in the past, this June 10th, we have a solar eclipse. Now, if this solar eclipse were 12 years ago, in the past, I used to think I needed a date in order to go see those things. And it put a lot of desperation into dating. I'm recording this on April 15th. You know, if I didn't know what I've known these last 12 years, I'd be asking people out to try to go see the eclipse. You could imagine the kind of abuse I would put up with just in order to have somebody to take to that eclipse. I no longer feel that way. The eclipse is going to be seen no matter if I have a girl to take there or not, right? If not, even better, right? That's the way I see it now. And so it really reset the concept of dating in my mind. And unfortunately, 11 years later, I run into another problem. I haven't had another girl abuse me like that. The problem is that I have situations where I am hesitating to make that leap, and then obviously life chugs on as I'm hesitating. And so I want to clear that out of my head. Maybe hit the reset button, if you will, on that in my head. Anyways, but we're a day into the freeze. I'm hoping this freeze is going to go until at least the solar eclipse. And already I can see things completely resetting, right? It used to be, for one thing, I didn't spend hours on Facebook yesterday, right? I used to love to talk to friends of friends to see who I could hook up with. For one thing, I didn't do that yesterday. And for another, it forced me to come out of my apartment and explore a little bit. I mean, I love walking on the trails as it is, but even the walks have changed significantly, right? Instead of being a little bit of a show off and doing extreme things while I'm walking here and looking at, you know, I used to love to play with my camera and look at planes and zoom in and all that. Part of that was a little bit of a show off. but I'm not anymore. I'm just enjoying the walks for what they are. So you can see already, it's already worked its mental reset on me. A few more weeks or months of that, and maybe I'll be more equipped to see dating for what it is. I really reset a lot of thoughts on dating 10 years ago. Now here's the thing. Every year on my anniversary, I contact Facebook for something that I really despise about their features. For their relationship status, they don't have solosexual. And every year on my anniversary, I email them to complain about that. Every year, I get some response saying that it's a good suggestion, they'll talk to the team involved, and then nothing. Every freaking year for 10 years now. But as a side benefit, you have to create 2 profiles in order to be solosexual on Facebook, which has its own set of benefits as well, right? Alright, so I'm day 1 into the 2021 dating freeze. I had a good experience back in 2010 when I went on a 6-month dating free. Probably won't go that long this time. After all, the concepts I want to correct this time around are a lot milder than the ones last time around. But I want to show myself and my YouTube videos how life can be enjoyed without dating. And now that I'm in Seattle, show everybody here around Seattle, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of acceptance here. Take some of the concepts I learned back in the Rockies and teach people here in Seattle.